Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle, and it's called, first, take that easiness with a grain of salt, because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there, so they'll basically sometimes think some things are easy when they're actually not. Today's puzzle is called Shared Spaces by Fenners, and here are the rules. Normal 9 by 9 Sudoku rules apply, which means every row, box, column, column, and box must be filled with the digits 1 through 9 without repeats. I think I like that way of putting things. I'm always trying to figure out the easiest way of saying things that makes things clear. But I think that's probably the best way of putting it for normal Sudoku rules. Arrows. Digits on the tail of an arrow must sum to the digit in the bulb. So, for example, if this were, say, a 3 and a 4, this would have to be 7, because these two digits must add up to what that digit is. And then we have German whispers, where adjacent digits on a green line must differ by at least 5. So, for example, if this were a 3, this would have to be an 8 or a 9 to maintain, because the only digits that are 5 or more away from 3 is 8 or 9. So we know that this digit would have to be an 8 or a 9 to accommodate. And those are all the rules. If you like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. First thing that I see are the German whisper lines, right? So let's color them in just different colors. This will be yellow, this will be pink. We alternate between lows and highs on a German whisper line, because if you have a digit 1 through 4, what digits can be next to it? Well, take the lowest one, which is 1, add 5 or more to it, you get 6 or 9. So that means any digit that's from 1 through 4 has to be next to a digit that's 6 through 9 at least. And if you take 6 through 9, what digits can be next to that? You take the largest number, which is 9, subtract 5 or more from it, you get 4 or less. So therefore, the digits 1 through 4 must be next to 6 through 9, and vice versa. So you'll always alternate. So this is yellow. This must be pink. This must be pink. This is yellow. And this is pink. Okay. So, what happens if we try to make pink a low? If this is low, this would have to be low too. Well, but this is 3 unique digits. Okay, so I should have done this the other way. This cell is the sum of 3 unique digits. So this must be high, because it has to be 6 through 9. Because 3 unique digits adds at least to 6, which is 1, 2, and 3. So since this is high, this has to be low, which makes this high, and this low, which makes that high, this is low, and this has to be high then. So this is also 6 through 9. Well, 6, these two digits must be at least 6 or 9. What can you add to it that adds up to a digit? It has to be a low digit, and it has to be 1 through 3, right? So this is 1, 2, or 3, and is a low. This has to be essentially 7, 8, or 9, and this is 6 through 8. Because these two digits plus another digit adds up to 9 at most. So this is 6 through 8 at most. This digit cell adds up to 3 unique digits, so this also must be a high. This cell adds up to 3 unique, is the sum of 3 unique digits, so it also must be a high, which makes this a low, this must be high, this must be low, and this must be high. So this is also a high digit, so this is also 6, 7, or 8. This must be essentially the sum of these two, which makes this 1, 2, or 3, and a low. Well, this is 7 through 9. We have 4 lows in row 7. So that means these digits must be 1 through 4 also. Well, how does that work then? If this were 4, this would be next to an 8 on a German whisper line, which is not allowed. 8 at most on a German whisper line, which is not allowed. So this cannot be 4. Where's the 4 in row 7? It has to be here. So this is 4, which forces this to be 9 and forces this to be 9. This can no longer be 9. Since this can no longer be 9, this can no longer be 8. This can no longer be 3, because this is the sum of this digit and this digit, essentially. Neither of these can be 9. That's interesting, actually. These are opposite digits. We're going to just color them randomly. Okay, so this will make pink. This will make orange, which makes this pink. And this is orange, right? So therefore, we know these are opposite. One is low, one's high, essentially. So this digit must be next to 7 or 8. It's 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 9. It could be 6, 7, or 8, which is next to a 6 or 7, so this is 1 or 2. Right? The only digits next to a 6, a 7 at most, would be 1 or 2. Well, this is 1 or 2, and this is 1 or 2, so we have a 1, 2, 1, 2 pair in row 7, which eliminates 1 and 2 in the rest of the row. Therefore, this is 3. This 9 then must be 3 plus these 2 digits. And these 2 digits then add up to this. So this is therefore 3 and 6. So this is 6, which makes this a 1, because 6 can only be next to 1 on a German whisper line. So therefore this must be 2 and 4, adding up to 6. This 1 is not next to a 9, so it could be 7 or 8. And this could be 2 or 3 here. Okay. The rest of this box must be 5, 7, 8, 9, but 9 cannot be here. This has to be 6, 7, or 8, which means 1 has to be one of the digits here. And it could be 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 4, but 1 has to be one of these digits. One thing we know is this can't be 7. If this is a 7, this becomes 1, 2, and 4, which eliminates all possibilities for that cell. So this can't be 7. It could be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 4. We're not sure which. This digit is the same as that digit. Not sure if that helps. Well, we know also it has to be one of these 3 digits. Interesting. Okay. These both have to be, so this is specifically 5 through 9. This is specifically 5 through 8. This is 5 through 8. These we don't know. 4 has to be one of these 3 digits here. 2 has to be one of these 2. Okay. These 2 are the same set, so this was a different set. This must be 6 or 7, but 1 and 2 are removed from here, right? So this specifically cannot be 6, because 6 requires 1, 5, or 2, 4 to add up to 6 for 2 unique digits. So this is specifically then 3 and 4. Not 5, 4. Well, we had 5. We had 4 correctly. So this is 7. This 7 means these 3 digits must add up to 8. So this is 8, this is 1, this must be a 2. So this can no longer be 6. This can't be 8 anymore because of the 8, so this must be 7. 7 can only be next to 1 or 2 on a German whispered line, so this is 1 or 2. This 8 also means this can't be 8, so this must be 6, which makes this 1, 2, and 3 here. Therefore, this can't be 2 because of the 1, 2, 3 triplet in the column. So this is 4, this is 2. If this were a low, it would be next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line. But it would also have to be 4 here because the only other low in column 3 is a 4. So this cannot be low. Therefore, these must be high and these must be low. Well, that's interesting because this then can only be 3 or 4 here. To add up to, so this must be then 1 or 2 or 1 or 3. Either way, the 1 has to be here. If this is 4, this would have to be 1, 3. If otherwise, this is 3. So either way, these two are low. This is low. That means this cannot be 1, and it cannot be 3. This is specifically 2 or 4. But if this is 4, this would have to be 9, because 4 can only be next to 9 on a German whisper line, so this cannot be 4. This must be 2. Which means this has to be 1 and 3 added together. So this must be 4. Which makes this a 9. This has to be, cannot be 6. It could be 7 or 8. Well, we have a 7, 8, 7, 8 pair in column 4, which eliminates 7 and 8 for the rest of the column. Therefore, this is 5 or 6. This can't be 8. This has to be at least 4. Therefore, these two digits can be at most 1 and 3. And it can be 1 or 2. So this can never be 1. This is, oh, these are all lows. So these are all lows, which means the rest of these are high. Or 5. Well, where can the 9 be in column 2? Can't be either of these. Can't be in the lows. Can't be here because of this 9, so it must be here. So this is a 9. The rest of this is 5, 7, and 8. Which means this cannot be 5. It has, and if we try to make it 6, therefore it would be added with 1, 2 to add to 9, which is not possible. So this has to be a 4 here, and is a low. So the rest of these digits are 5 through 8. And this can't be 6 through 9, so this must be a 5 here, which makes these 6, 7. This can't be 6 here, so this must be 7 or 8, and therefore this must be a 6, which makes this 1, 2, or 3. These can't be 1 or 3 because of the 1, 3 pair in the row, so this must be 2, which makes these 1 or 3. So these are all lows, and this is a high. The remaining digits now in row 1 cannot be low, so they have to be high. So this has to be a high here, or there has to be 5 in a high. Therefore, this must be high. So these must be high. So these are high, this is a high, and this must be low. This can't be 7 here. This can't be 9, and this can't be 9. Okay. This can't be 7 here. This can't be 9. This has to specifically be 4 or 9 as the remaining digits. These remaining digits are 5, 6, 8, 9. But this can't be 9. And this can't be 6 here, so one of these two is a 6. This has to be at least 5. So therefore this... oh, what does this add up to? Can this ever be 1 is the question, right? If this is 1, and this is 5... Okay, okay, this can't be 7. What are the possibilities for these cells? This can't be 6, it can't be 7, so this is specifically 8 or 9. This could be 6, 8, or 9 here. So this is 6, 8, or 9 here. If this is 8, it could be 1, 7, but that doesn't work. If it's 9, if it's 8, it's 3 or 5 then, specifically. If it's 9, it cannot be 3, 6, but it could be 1, 8. So either this is 8 or this is 8, right? If this is 8, it has to be 3, 5, and obviously it's an 8. If this is 9, it cannot be 3, 6. It would have to be 1, 8 here. So one of these two digits is an 8, which eliminates 8 in the same row and the same box. So this cannot be 8 here. This then is 5, 7, 8, 9. But it can't be 8, obviously. This digit is in between two unique digits, so it has to be 1 or 3. Cannot be 4. Where is the 4 in row 2? Can't be here, can't be here, can't be here because of this 4, so this must be the 4, and is a low. 2 has to be one of these two, which is fine. 9, where is 9 in box 2? Can't be here, it must be one of these two. So this then must be 9, which means this can't be 9, this has to be a 6, which makes this a 1. So this can't be 1 then, which makes that 3, which makes that 1. 6 is here, which means this is 6. So it's one of those two. These are high. The remaining digits in row 6 have to be 1 through 4, so they're all lows. Therefore, this is 3 or 4. This is 1, 2, or 3. We have all the lows in column 5 now because we have 4 lows. This could be 1, 2, or 3. Where is the 4 in row 6? It has to be here. So this is a 4. The rest of these are 5 through 9. These can't be 9 or 8. This can't be 9 in general. Okay, so well, this can't be 9. So this must be a 9 here. This can't be 6. We have a 5, 7, 8 triplet in row 3, which eliminates 5, 7, 8 in the rest of the row. So these are 2 and 3 and are both low. Which means in the rest of box 3, it has to be 5 and above. So this cannot be, it could be 5, cannot be 8, could be 7 or 9 here though, but can't be 7. Well, we have a 5, 8, 9 triplet now in box 3, which eliminates 5, 8, and 9 in the rest of the box. This can't be 5 or 9, so this is 7, which makes this a 5. Therefore, this must be 8. This must be 9. This makes that a 5. This 9 is a sum of 8 and 1, so this is 8 and 1, which makes that a 3. This 1 means this can't be 1, so this is a 2. This can't be 2 or 3, so this is 1, which means this can't be 1. This 2 means this can't be 2, so it's 1 or 3. This can't be 6 because of this 6. This can't be 5 because of that 5. This has to be 6, 7, or 8 as a possibility, but can't be 8 here because of that 8. This can't be 5 either of these places. Oops. This can't be a 5 in either of these places. Where is the 5 then in row 3? It has to be here. So this is 5. Which means this can't be 5, so this is 7. This can't be 5 or 7, so this is 6. Therefore, this can't be 6 or 7, so this is 8, which makes that a 7. Which makes that 6. This 7 makes that an 8, which makes that a 7. This 7 means this has to be 1, 2, and 4 added together. So this can't be 2. This has to be 3. This is 1. This is 2. That makes this a 2, which makes that a 3, which makes that a 2. Oh, we also knew that was 3. We could have figured that out from the other one. Anyways, this can't be 6. This can't be 2. Therefore, this is 2 here. This can't be 7 because of this 7, so this is 8. Neither of these can be 8. We have a 5, 9 pair in row 9, which eliminates 5 and 9 in the rest of the row, and the 8 eliminates that 8, so this must be 7. This cannot be 7. This has to be specifically 3. Where is the 7 in row 7? It can only be here. So this is 7. These can't be 5. So there must be a 6-8 pair here. This is specifically 1, 5, or 6, but this cannot be 1 or 6, so this must be a 5, which makes that a 6. That makes that 8, which makes that a 6. This 8 means this can't be 8, so this is 5, which makes that an 8. This can't be 9 because of that 9, so this is 5 and 9. This has to be 1. Remaining digits here are 3 and 5. That's not helpful, though. The remaining digit here is a 4, so that means this can't be 4, so this is 9, which makes that a 4. This 7 means that can't be 7, so this is 8, which makes that a 7. This remaining digit is a 9. Remaining digits here are 3 and 8. This can't be 8 because of that 8, so this is 3, which makes that an 8. Remaining digits here are 1 and 5. This can't be 1, so this is 5, which makes that 1. This is all just normal Sudoku. This can't be 5. This must be a 3, and this must be a 5. And that's how you solve it. Pretty interesting interactions between the arrows and the German whisper lines. I like it. It was fun. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.